After Times Now's relentless campaign in the Lavanya case, the case has now been transferred to the CBI. Times Now's campaign echoes as the High Court transfers the case to the Central Bureau of Investigation. A scathing indictment of the Tamil Nadu cops. Cops were derailing probe observation as well seen.
We welcome the Madurai Bench of the Madras High Court's landmark decision today. The Honorable Judge has taken a lot of time in going through multiple arguments, hearing the multiple sides, and finally has come to a conclusion. And the vitiated political atmosphere in Tamil Nadu, where the ruling party politicians, people in power, has made a lot of unnecessary statements and controversial statements also. In that context, this judgment has come, which we purely welcome, because we are interested right from day one is only about justice for Lavanya. Let the truth come out. The truth can come out only when all the multiple angles can be investigated, the confession statement can be investigated and everything. We are for it and we welcome it, ma'am.
Person forced to commit suicide is a matter of concern, and if you do not have anything to hide, you should be able to be open for any kind of investigation, but it should not be used politically like the Bharatiya Janata Party is doing. Instead of looking for justice, they seek politics and they seek votes out there, and that is unfortunate.
Really, I'm very happy it has been transferred to CBI case, but actually it is well known to everybody. He has been forced to do some conviction of, then she committed suicide. Then videography, everything is available with the Honorable Court, and some cases are already been revealed by the parents. So it is the right time to give an case to CBI.
All right, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us live with us is S.G. Surya, BJP spokesperson. Also with us is C. Rajshekharan. Mr. Surya, this is an issue on which the BJP has been, campaigning for a few days. There have been protests held not just in Chennai, not just in other parts of Tamil Nadu, but also here in the national capital earlier today. But the fact is that with the High Court's observation on the police probe, do you feel that your stand has now been vindicated?
Certainly, we have been repeatedly telling that the investigation was botched up not only by the police but also by the ruling party. If you see the order by the Honorable High Court of Madras, it vindicates all our stand, the involvement of SP in the case, the involvement of ministers in the case, giving out, unsolicited advices and conclusions. So our fight, we thank media like Times Now for raising voice on this cruel incident. So we are very happy that our stand is vindicated. Now we are in the pursuit of justice for Lavanya. We are sure that the CBI investigation will unravel the truth. The order is it's an indictment, but that the state government has botched up the investigation.
All right, let me bring in C. Rajshekharan. Mr. Rajshekharan, the BJP says that it's clear now after the actions of the High Court that the state government, the state police has botched up the investigation. That is the allegation. Do you agree with that?
See, BJP is playing cheap politics in the death of a minor girl, which is very unfortunate. And they want to do politics in Tamil Nadu just to say that they are the saviors of people who are in distress, which is totally false. Of course, the Madras High Court Madurai Bench has passed an order today by transferring the case to CBI. Let the CBI investigate. Because earlier...
But Mr. Rajshekharan, leave aside what the BJP is saying for a moment. Let's look at what the court has done. The court giving this investigation to the CBI, if the Tamil Nadu police's actions were completely above board, would there have been any need for the High Court to intervene and order a CBI investigation in your view?
See, whatever the High Court says is not going to become the final order. So earlier the Honorable Supreme Court had also said the CBI is a caged parrot. So I wish and hope the CBI, the premier investigating agency of this country, doesn't get influenced by all these political parties, be it any BJP, any party in power, because it has to be an independent organization. We all believe and trust CBI is an independent organization, but the way BJP is behaving and BJP is making all sorts of comments with regard to the transfer to CBI, that they have won the battle. It is a victory for BJP. That means
okay.
CBI is not
Mr. Surya, I want Mr. Surya to come in on this. Mr. Surya, you are of course alleging that the police in Tamil Nadu is acting at the behest of the ruling party. Mr. Rajshekharan is raising questions as to how do we know that the CBI will not be influenced in its probe.
No, the point is whether CBI will influence or how the CBI outcome will be. The point is whether there was injustice in the preliminary investigation that had happened in Tamil Nadu for the last 2 weeks. With the transfer to the CBI, it has been vindicated that there has been lapse in the local investigation. That is the moot point that we should be discussing, not what will be the outcome of the CBI. So it is a blot on the state government and the Tamil Nadu police. If it's not, when the inquiry is snatched from them and given over to the CBI for lack of trust. The court is of the opinion that it lacks trust in the state police. So what is the reason? Why should the state government come into the investigation and influence the investigation? And that is where our question arises. Who are they trying to protect? What are they trying to protect? It's only because BJP and the national media took up the issue to this extent. There has been pressure on this. Otherwise, this would have been buried long back. So we want to know what has really happened. We want the truth to come out. We do not want anybody to suppress the truth and, take any political mileage on this.
Mr. Rajshekharan, one question that the BJP asks in this matter appears to be pertinent to what has transpired. They are saying it's not a fair probe because the police completely refused to accept the video in which the girl is talking about the conversion aspect. Yes, there may have been harassment, they can probe every angle, but why completely and outrightly reject one particular video in which such a claim is being made is a question that the BJP is asking, saying that this shows that the police probe was being influenced. Your response, Mr. Rajshekharan.
Madhav, I go by the FIR which the parents had lodged before the police. I go by the statement before the magistrate, 164 statement given by the deceased, the victim girl. And beyond that, the tutored, coerced video which surfaced social media is the only record which the Tamil Nadu BJP and the national BJP is trying to encash on, which is very unfortunate and sad. It is cheap politics, low-class politics by BJP Tamil Nadu.
No, one second.
Think the court order will save them. The stepmother is to be accused.
No, one second. Mr. Rajshekharan, let's not jump.
Tamil Nadu is playing cheap politics.
Mr. Rajshekharan,
Low-class politics and
Mr. Rajshekharan, okay, you have made these allegations. I don't know how you are substantiating it, but I want Surya to respond to you. Mr. Surya, SG Surya.
See, the High Court in its order says that it is satisfied that the video that the BJP president has posted is not doctored. It is not only the High Court, but also the state police.
Let the CBI investigate. That court has given the direction to the CBI.
When you say
High Court has not conducted trial.
Mr. Rajshekharan.
High Court has not conducted trial.
Mr. Rajshekharan, one second, sir. Mr. Rajshekharan, I urge you, Mr. Rajshekharan.
You ought to be ashamed.
One second. Mr. Rajshekharan, are you saying that the parents of that girl are also lying? Are you saying that, Mr. Rajshekharan, the parents of the girl are also lying? The parents of the young girl who has lost her life? Are you raising questions of them also?
I go by the FIR, I go by the magistrate.
There is no DMK spokesperson and you have taken the credit.
After that, the political parties jumped into the frame and they concocted, they tutored, they coerced, they managed the parents, they paid them money, they paid them 10 lakhs to speak in favor of them. That is the truth.
What proof do you have on that, sir? Mr. Rajshekharan, this is a very serious allegation you are making. Sir, you are making a very serious allegation that their parents have been paid money. Do you have anything to substantiate that claim? One second. Let's not trivialize this. Mr. Rajshekharan.
You speak against the institution.
Mr. Rajshekharan, what do you have to substantiate this claim?
See, first and foremost, I go by the FIR.
No. FIR we know, but then don't make a claim of people taking money without having something to substantiate it. How do you know?
10 lakhs was given.
How do you know, sir? Please tell me. How do you know that?
Yes, it was in the media.
They went and paid 10 lakhs to the...
Mr. Surya, this is a very serious charge. Quick response from you.
No. See, our state president has given a compensation amount for the child's death. So this cannot be related. This cannot be related to anything. And whatever is on record has happened on 19th of January. So let us not trivialize this. When Rajashekharan says that the video is doctored, he should be ashamed because the court said the video is not edited. It is true. The police has testified it. The forensic investigation has testified that the video is original and no part of it is tutored or edited. So when he says this, probably he is speaking on behalf of DMK because they are angry that the investigation has gone to CBI.
I'm going to request our guests to stay on with us. In fact, Surya as well, SG Surya as well as C. Rajashekharan. In fact, we have to leave it there for the moment. I'd like to thank both of you for joining us with your views. We certainly haven't heard the last word yet. What will the CBI investigation throw up into this entire case? Now moving on to some other breaking news coming in. This is a jibe by the governor of West Bengal against the chief minister. In fact, Dhankar's jibe against Mamta after she admitted that she had blocked the governor on Twitter. The West Bengal governor says that it's mandated under Article 159 of the Constitution to ensure none in the state blocks constitutional norms and rules of law, and those in authority bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India. Let's go across to Tamal. Tamal, it's really come down to this, isn't it? It's now down to blocking people on social media and the back and forth, the jibes between the chief minister and the governor. The sparring only continues.
Well, absolutely, and it's a war of a different kind, it seems like. Ever since Mamata Banerjee announced publicly that she has blocked the state governor on Twitter, there had been two back-to-back tweets from the governor, and in one tweet he has reminded Article 159, in the other one he has reminded of Article 167, and also quoting the article suggesting that the constitutional duty of the chief minister is to furnish such information relating to the administration of the affairs of the state and proposals for legislation as the governor may call for. However, to this point, Mamata Banerjee today during the press conference, while justifying her decision, has indicated that there had been several bills sent to the governor for his assent, for his approval, and those bills are still pending for approval. What she claims has only stalled the progress.
Well, quite unfortunate, certainly, that we are seeing it play out at this manner, in this way, as far as the top constitutional functionaries of the state are concerned, the governor and the chief minister. Tamal, thanks so much for joining us with that update.